The sky is crying. Can't you hear the tears rolling down the street? The sky is crying. Can't you hear the tears rolling down the street? I've been looking for you lately. You know, I wonder where can you be? I got a real bad feeling that I ain't gonna see my baby no more. I got a real bad feeling that I ain't gonna see my baby no more. You know you hurt me so bad. You can see the tears running down my nose. I saw you yesterday morning. I saw you walking on down that street. I saw you yesterday morning. I saw you walking on down that street. You know you had me so bad. It made my poor heart skip a beat. The sky is crying. Can't you see the tears rolling down the street?
And Billy's returning to Los Angeles soon, but you can still see him in his final Australian shows. Tonight at the Newcastle Workers Club, we have the dates on the screen. This weekend in Sydney, next Friday in Western Australia at the Metropolis in Fremantle. And here he is now, Mr. Billy Thorpe. Welcome back. Thank you. There's a Stevie Ray Vaughan hit.
Yeah, it's an old blues song.
Was he one of the sort of people you looked up to when you were
Very much, yeah. I was very fortunate enough to meet him. I had a lot of success in Texas in the early 80s, and Stevie was just starting out in Texas around late 70s, early 80s, and he came to a lot of my shows, and he actually encouraged me to play, you know. He said, you should really get into guitar, so...
Well, in your younger days, who were your heroes? Who did you model yourself on?
Actually, Johnny O'Keefe, I think, more than anybody else. As a kid, I got a chance to, like 10 or 11 years old, I was doing television in Queensland. A lot of rock and roll shows come up there, and I got to be around people like Jolie Lewis and Chuck Berry and Gene Vincent. But O'Keefe was my idol. He was just the best I ever saw.
Yeah, of course, he was around the time you also had Max Merritt and the Meteors were big then. Johnny Devlin was big then.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it was a real rock and roll era. I mean, the shows would have 6 or 8 acts on the show on a night, and we all travelled together. I did shows with people like Cole Joy and O'Keefe, and as a kid, and we would go up on the train up to Queensland and play all the gigs. And so did Gill, the drummer. He was a child drummer, and he played on all the shows as well.
So you do the rock and roll train?
Yeah, occasionally, yeah. But in those days, there were child protection laws, and so they had to keep changing my name everywhere I went. So I became known as Little Rock Allen, you know.
Funny, I mentioned Max Merritt. A bit of trivia I didn't know about the rock industry. That Bruno Lawrence, the actor, who's in Frontline, I don't know, the producer, he was a Meteor.
He was a drummer. He's a great drummer. Still is. Yeah, I knew Bruno real well.
Goodness me, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, he actually got into acting. He had this crazy troupe in New Zealand with like the Kool-Aid acid test bus, you know, and they went all over, I think, with jugglers and actors and like freeform theatre, and that's how he got into
Then he
acting.
made a great movie called Smash Palace, which got him going in Australia.
Yeah, it's very well known in the States.
Now, you're up there with the Aztecs. How long since you guys had played together before this year?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years.
So what do you think of old rockers never dying?
Well, this one's not dying, you know.
but you know, these groups you've got Skyhooks coming back, I think Daddy Cool coming back. You've had you on the road again?
Well, I think there's the thing I found here, there's a great fascination for the 70s. I think the 60s has pretty much been done to death, and I think Australians are starting to discover there was a lot of music went down here in the early 70s and mid-70s, before disco hit, before the dance glam bands came out. There was a lot of music and a lot of significant festivals like Sunbury, and you know, we did shows in Melbourne. We had 200,000 people at the Maya Music Bowl, and nobody really knows about any of that. And I get a lot of people coming up at the gig saying, boy, we've heard this and heard that. Tell us about the 70s, you know. Yeah. So, I mean, we didn't plan to get back together. This album has been so successful. It's top 20 this week. And we had like 8,000 people wrote to a Melbourne newspaper and started calling the radio stations. Where are we playing? So we've done a gig in Melbourne, one in Adelaide, Darwin, Brisbane.
Yeah.
And we're at Salinas on Friday.
On Friday, all right. Heading back to Los Angeles?
I'm going to stay for a little while, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm really like what's going on in the music scene down here, and I'm getting involved in production with another artist, and we're just going to keep playing around a little bit.
That's good. Well, it's always great to have you here. It's good seeing you again, and good luck with the shows. Would you please thank Billy Thorpe.